they're hiding out at this couple's house. And the cops run up on them. So they hide under the bed. But the next day, as they're trying to escape, they're in the garage and they're trying to start up the car. And there's this officer. He hears Queen when she screams because when they jump out of the bedroom window, she dislocates her arm. And so when Slim goes to relocate it, she screams a little bit. And so this black cop hears her. And he says to the other cop, who was actually prejudiced, that I just heard something. And the cop kind of brushed it off. Spirit is saying that's a message also. You know what you know. You know what you heard. You know what you saw. Don't doubt your intuition. But anyway, moving on. The cop, he actually is adamant that I heard something. So he walks around the property to survey. And he actually opens up the garage. And Queen and Slim stare him right in the face. And he lets them go. Now, of course, if you watched the movie, you understood that his actions were inspired by his own experience. Like I said before, the cop that he was working with was being prejudiced against him. And so in that moment where he stared Queen and Slim in the eyes, I felt like he saw himself in them. And so he let them go. Because Spirit said he knew that if he would have said something, they would have got unalived right there. But the message that Spirit wanted me to bring across is that there are people in the police force, in the FBI, who are on your side. Not all cops are bad. And there was another scene where the little boy, Junior, who wanted to become immortal, he was at the protest, and there was this black cop. And the black cop walked up to him and actually tried to help him. He told him to leave before he got hurt. And Junior shot him. The little boy shot him. It wasn't because he was a bad cop. It was because the little boy had his own agenda. He wanted to be immortalized. So he unalived this cop based off his own ego and his own mental distortions. Spirit is saying all cops are not bad. And it's funny that I mentioned mental distortions because that's the reason a lot of you are holding on to that lie and to that story. Because the media painted that story for you that all cops are bad. That as black people, you're not safe. It's a lie. It's a distortion. It's a fear campaign. It's a smear campaign. So there's no reason for you to look at all law enforcement as bad or injustice. God is saying that I do have some of my angels on the police force, in the courthouse, in high places. So understand, God can use everybody is what I'm hearing. And God is using some people. I'm hearing this is specifically for those of you who are awaiting an inheritance. God is sending lawyers. I'm hearing police officers, mailmen. Okay, God can infiltrate anybody. And Source has his own people working on your behalf. So nothing can stop your abundance. Nothing can stop your inheritance. So you don't have to worry about that. And also don't walk around here being afraid of cops. Because they're people just like you. Now, Spirit also wanted me to highlight that scene where Junior was at the protest and they're saying, free Queen and Slim. This also represents your soul family. There are people that are fighting for you. There are people that are fighting for you in the spirit realm. There are people that are going to be defending your name, even in the physical. Even when you're not watching, even when you're not around. So yes, there are some people who will try to slander your name, who will try to defame your character. But understand, God also has people who are fighting for you, who are rooting for you, even when you're not around. So I need to just backtrack a little bit in regards to the scene where Queen and Slim are chilling in the car And Queen asked Slim to tell her a story to help her go to sleep. So the response that the grandmother gave was also a message from your ancestors. And it was so beautiful as I was watching it because I immediately got ancestors' message. So your ancestors are saying that they're able to be immortal through you. They're able to live through you. And this ties into a message that I got earlier, which is when you ascend, your ancestors ascend. You're all connected. You're all one. So your ancestors are saying that you are their legacy. And they're so proud of you, baby. I'm hearing that babies are significant and grandmothers are significant for this collective. I'm hearing grandmother on the other side. She is watching over you. She is your guardian angel. You don't have anything to worry about. You are being protected. And speaking of children, there was a scene where Queen was hanging out of the car as Slim was driving, and she was just waving her arms in the air. And I just heard freedom. And the message that I got was that her inner child finally felt free. Once again, even though they were in this crazy situation, it was the most free that she felt in her life. And then she actually inspired Slim to do the same thing, even though at first he was adamant that he was not about to stick his head out that window. But she ended up convincing him to do the same thing. And you could see that his inner child was just so happy and so free in that moment. So you will both be allowing each other's inner child to be free, to feel safe. Now, I guess Spirit wants to spice it up a little bit because now I'm seeing the car scene and it was so beautiful. So Spirit wants me to highlight exactly how this went down. So Queen, she divulged her innermost secret to Slim, which was that her mother was unalived by her uncle. And in that moment, she was just very emotional. And he embraced her. He heard her. He saw her for the first time. And I'm hearing he saw what was beneath the surface because she had always had such a hard exterior. But in that moment, she became vulnerable. And then he kissed her on the forehead. He pulled her close. And then they locked lips. And then it organically led to them making sweet love in the back of the car. So that is significant. You will both be very adventurous when it comes to those activities. But it's also going to be organic. It's not going to be something that's forced or planned out, especially the first time, because that was the first time that they were intimate. And it just happened naturally. It came from a genuine place, not just them trying to get into each other's pants. They actually built a bond. And so based on them building that bond, there was intimacy. So like I said before, you guys just taking the time to really get to know each other. And I mean on a deeper level, allowing each other to see what's beneath the surface is going to allow you to create such a deep bond. And that's what's going to lead to the passion and the intimacy that you guys share. You're going to be lovers and friends. You're going to be able to divulge all of your deepest, darkest secrets to one another and feel safe. So allow yourself to be vulnerable, whether it's on a road trip, on the telephone, however you're getting to know one another. Just really take that time to be curious without judgment. Now, Spirit also wants me to highlight that there were some corrupt cops in this movie. Let's talk about it. So the cop in the beginning who ended up getting unalived, he was a corrupt cop. Anyone who saw that movie understood that he was looking for reasons to either lock this man up or to take his life. He literally had a gun to his head, made him get down on his knees for no rhyme or reason. which is what started the whole debacle. Queen got out of the car to defend him and ended up getting shot. And so Slim had to protect her. So Spirit is saying that you, divine feminine, or your divine masculine, have dealt with corrupt cops. So moving on to the ending. Yes, the part that literally brought me to tears. So first, I'm being advised to highlight the line that Queen said, "Can I be your legacy?" Divine masculine, this divine feminine is going to be a part of your legacy. And divine feminine, your divine masculine is going to be a part of your legacy. Now, when Queen was unalived, it's like I immediately saw a past life vision. I immediately saw a vision of a past life where the same thing had occurred. And the way that Slim looked down at her, it broke my heart. And it reminded me of a reading that I actually got, I think it was last year. And it was talking about how me and my divine masculine, we've been soulmates in a past life, but also that one of us were unalived and the other had to live with the grief. And I think specifically it said that I was the one that got unalived, the feminine, and the divine masculine had to bear the pain of that. And I'm hearing that he felt guilty that he couldn't protect me. And so just like in this movie, when Queen was taken out by the cops, he stopped caring. He picked her up and he walked towards the cops, even though he knew that they were going to shoot him. It was giving Romeo and Juliet was the channel that I got. Unrequited love. But Spirit is saying it's not an unrequited love. Spirit is saying that you two never got to finish your story. So I'm seeing young people, and it's making me think of that movie Mannequin, where the prince and this girl fell in love and the queen was against it. So she ended up doing magic on the girl where she became a mannequin. And so they never got to finish their story. But in another life, they ended up crossing each other's paths again. That's what it's given. Spirit is saying this is your second chance. I'm here for some of you, third chance, fourth chance. You've lived many lifetimes together. But there was a specific lifetime where I'm hearing it wasn't fair. I am seeing horses, I am seeing Indians, but it was not fair. Because your lives were cut short. And so Spirit is saying this lifetime together is a gift. This is a gift. This is a chance for you guys to complete your story. And the enemy has been doing everything that they could to try to keep this from coming together. Because you've been waiting lifetimes to be reunited. This separation that you're going through, understand, it transcends beyond just this life. Your souls have been waiting for lifetimes to be reunited. It's that deep. That's why you can't get each other off your minds. That's why it's not easy for you to walk away even when you get frustrated. That's why it feels like nobody else measures up. Because you have a soul contract. You have a contract with God. I'm hearing God say, I made you a promise in that lifetime. Maybe one of you asked God, please make sure that we're together again. And God is upholding that promise. I'm hearing covenant. You made a covenant with God that you would come together again and that nothing would be able to prevent it in this lifetime. Spirit is saying that's why this relationship is so heavily protected. It was ordained by God. God is protecting this relationship. God is protecting this relationship. I'm hearing arranged marriage. This was arranged by God. But it wasn't against your wills. This is what your souls wanted. Your souls right now are craving one another because they already recognize one another. Your souls are so excited. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Your souls are overjoyed to have even crossed paths. And to them, it's like, we're so close. Oh my God. We get to be together again. We get to finish our story. We get to rewrite our story. So many of you have lived a fairy tale. You are living a fairy tale. And for some reason, I'm seeing the poison apple. So I think that was Snow White. Now I'm seeing the 7 dwarfs. So 7 is significant. I'm hearing completion. God's number. 7 lifetimes together. And I'm also getting royalty once again. So like I said, you guys have lived lifetimes. Now I'm seeing a king. I'm seeing a queen. I'm seeing in some of your situations, one of you were actually royalty and the other was not. So this is making me think about the movie Mannequin again. He was a prince. She was a peasant. So the mom was against it. And that's why they couldn't be together. So this is significant for someone. There was a lifetime that you lived where you guys couldn't be together based on your backgrounds, based on your class. I'm hearing some of you are dealing with this right now. I'm hearing interracial relationships. Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius. Those are significant. And it's 3:03 on the clock. So 3s are significant as well. And I also just looked over at my notes. It said can't sleep. So you guys have been dreaming about each other. Maybe your sleep patterns are off right now, but it's because your souls can feel it. I'm hearing your souls can actually feel you guys coming together. It's like they're getting ready for a show. They're so excited. You don't even understand. So that's why you're feeling that excitement and that anxiety I'm hearing. Your souls, they can't wait. So that's pretty much it for that channel, you guys. Also, there were like some ads or commercials that came up, and what I saw was millions. So you guys are going to be bringing in some millions. I saw cash rewards. I saw Bitcoins. So maybe one or both of you are into collecting Bitcoins, or maybe you should. I saw millions in cash rewards. I saw cash rewards. I heard a reward for all that you guys have gone through. A reward for the work that you've put in. So this cash, these millions that are coming in, this is God rewarding you. Law of compensation is what I'm hearing. When you put good out there, good has to come back to you. It's a universal law. So the more good that you put out there, the more good deeds that you do for people, the more good karma that you're creating for yourself, it has to come back to you. And nothing can stop it is what I'm hearing. The angels are actually orchestrating this. So you're safe. You don't need to worry about it is what I'm hearing. You are protected. So maybe someone really needs to hear that. You are protected. Your money is protected. Your children are protected. Your household is protected. Your womb is protected. So be happy. I'm also hearing to be confident. Be confident in yourself. Be confident in God, in God's promises and prophecies on your life. Be confident in your relationship. Everything is working out for you. And this is such a beautiful channel. So feel free to go and watch the movie. Now that I've given the channel, I'm pretty sure you're going to see the movie in a completely different light and how it just completely resonates with this collective. So peace and love. Please like and share the video. I would appreciate it if you will follow. And thank you guys just for being here. I appreciate you so much. Peace and love.